Is day 1403 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Arranged to be a split for Am Yisrael. Today there were 2 terrorist attacks in Eretz Yisrael. Should be Yeshua B'Kolov. Today we're doing some iteration and tests. Sif Aleph to Ches. You were there. Iteration test. In Mutar Hashem said tzedakah. If you're allowed to change the tzedakah, well, dinim. Another halachas. Aleph Isa Erchin. So instead of Erchin, somebody says this money should go to tzedakah. Oh, let's sell a light tzedakah. Or sell is incumbent upon me to give it tzedakah. Musha Shanois, they can change it. Ben Latzmo, Ben Lacher. Whether for himself or to someone else. Perish Rashi. Rashi explains Mutar Shanois to Tzarchov. You can change it for his own purposes. Use a coin for his own purposes. Achazmai Yishlayim and pay back after the time. Chem Mutar Aboy Salacher. Also known as somebody else. Sheish time Yishol Tzarchov to use it for his purposes. Achazmai Yishlayim and to pay back after the time. Perish Rashi Kosel Gamatur Shulchan Aruch. Shulchan Aruch the same thing. Ava Rambam Perchesin HaKosel Echad Omer Sel Azud Tzedakah. Right, if someone says, whether a person says this seller should be in tzedakah, Omer Real Light tzedakah, it should be coming upon me a seller tzedakah. If you show and set it aside, you must have shown so be acher mutar. If you want to change it for another one, that's from this one. Seems like explains to change it in a simple way. To exchange this seller, which he set aside, for a different seller. Uvadai lo ma'irish seller should tzedakah shel yoser. Something I'll tell you about where the seller of tzedakah is worth more than the other seller. In Cain Hechi Rosh I've seen tzedakah because that was the case how he allowed to cause tzedakah loss. It's not worth more. But he needs this seller for some reason. According to this doesn't make sense what it says, whether for himself or to someone else. That's Mesias' question. But we can explain it means that he can switch it for a different coin, and somebody else can switch it with his consent. Rambam Matur Shmita said Rambam Matur did not bring this down. Because there's no chiddush in saying that somebody else can switch with his consent. With him to make him or someone else. It seems in halacha there's no machlekes. Rambam Moda Shayla mostly for Rambam also can see they're allowed to borrow the coin and we pay back afterwards. And Rashi Moda also Rashi could see the Mashai allowed to switch the coin for a different one. The kol chat time it's all for the same reason. The coin shaboy there gabai once before it comes into the gabai's hands. Lo chola kedusha tzedakah tzedakah dafka selazah. The kedusha tzedakah does not devolve specifically on this coin. It's kind of retains tzedakah. Let's give it seller for tzedakah. Based on that, when it's true coin shaboy there yada gabai before it comes to the hands of the gabai. Acher shaboy sell yada gabai once it comes to the hands of the gabai. Also shanaisi can't change it. Lo no say not the giver, lo gabai nor the official. Lo kosh can acher it's not another person. Lo mitam kedusha the tzedakah lo mitam kedusha. It's not because of a consecration. Tzedakah and hektish. Tzedakah is not consecrated. And the time the kvar zocher b'aniyim the agaba yadim, because the reason is that the aniyim were already zocher, because the hand of the gaba is like their own hand. Ubshita and it's to Moshe chem en la'achel l'rishus l'ishtam below risham ba'alim, and it's obvious that the money belongs to somebody else. Nobody else can use them without the authorization of the owner. Now, if that's the case, here, who's going to give him permission? Authorization. The garbage should be other, even the garbage whose hands the coins are, whose hands are like their hands, sorry. Come who says I give him authority, I'll say, for this purpose, to loan it out and exchange it. But on the other hand, if it's clear that there is an advantage for the aniyim by the guy by holding on to the money, that this way he'd be able to do more tzedakah. Mutter, I guess, by investing or something. Mutter lagabe lavosam. Actually, what it says, he's allowed to loan them out, to borrow him, or lavosam to loan them out, before to be paid back afterwards. Dan and Sade, we testified that Nicholuhu Bekach that Daniyim will be happy with this. And his hand is like that. Okay, and God with mitzvah. Therefore, the purpose, also for the purpose of mitzvah, he can hagabai levato. The gabai can change on his own. Okay, Pascha Rosh Vatu Vataisis. They all pass that way. Kasish Keni can write that that's the primary halacha. That's the Shach name Marik as well. When Makom Shaminik Shagabai Malvik Milos Chasei Mos Elu Hochen Charminik. Place that the gabai loans out this money as gemach, free loan fund. Then we follow the minhag. Kimmel v'cheinim echad hikdish kelim. There's also so many consecrated vessels. The stam hektish is not as elaniyim, and consecration are their age means for poor people. by default. Commotion cost of racism and racial. That's what was done previously. The Gabi can sell it if they shlosh Mekim, Bishuma in front of 3 expert estimators. The no sin man is talking give their money to stock. The near Alicia in my noise in Emer seems to me that if the giver says, I saw the Kamnosa base class that they intended not to give it to sucker, but to a shul or the base manners. Or the Shah means sucker some other time sucker Shah Gam Shimush Bakalim, which also can make use of the vessels. Naman is believed. Well, Shach Sham that's not Gam. Shach Sham Shimush, but there's actual usage of the vessels. They can actually be used for a purpose in those institutions, those places. Now it's believed. They should start selling. But by default, also, we don't know its intent. We stumble on him, we assume it's for the poor people. Malanim Bakalim. Now, can't use the Kalim. The Kalim was done, that's what we sell it. B'chein im nadar lo'ani. So to took a nether to a poor person, we pledge to a poor person, mabusho, your garments. That you wear a shalvesh, I thought you wear now. And he had in mind to make a new garment. Like they see when they sackle Mabusha, and for some reason his new garment was impeded. Shumo, he can reckon the value of his current garment. She can't give at this point, and give it the elite and give its value to the poor person. That's very hate name Shus Yankov. Ishigama says there's some doubt this feeling certainly think Dafka Beged should not is considered the garment which he pledged. It's the true name of base of Chaim. So obviously said, so he's okay with it, whatever goes, goes. Bracket says here, nearly Machlok said, Toy Machlok is showing Amir Chom, getting $9 the base. Machlok says, Machlok is representing Leo Chachon, there I ain't Shom. Shom Kam and Sully Dane Dafka Beged, there you have to consider the garment. Shom Kam, Miklos Lo Mahani. Whatever the case is there, the Mechila is not effective. It says, it seems to eat mash another habeged lani, that way, if that which he pledged the garment to the poor person, they shall only outside because the poor person required the garment. Any mama, he can't give money. Him low it's only unless he consents. I think Karmasa said you shouldn't stock about it, but that was for the purpose of staka. Further, that would mean that for the garment's value, to the garment's value is given to give money instead. Doubt. Ain't no seem it's soccer how medicine and we don't do commercial activity with stock which is intended immediate distribution among poor people. Unless it's money for money, etc. Different coins where there's no concern. Have a lease of litim to do commercial activity with them. Also, the shema yavo anim because any poor people come. But lo yelam most like one of my distribute. Have a sucker she'eno meschai, but sucker which is not imminently about to be distributed. Raka keren yakayim, but the principle should be intact. Vayochla parents going to eat the proceeds. Muta that's permissible. Adar the contrary, how rates svichim liroshi hem peros. We got to see some way in which we can do commercial activity to make some sort of proceeds. Okay, to make that's the custom. Kembazar ben Ramah b'sif Ava and Sham the Ramah passed this way. Near the Shinosim and Nosim Bohem Tzrichim Noshi Akor b'Scha Revach Keton v'Rochel Mefsid. It seems that when you do commercial activity with stock of funds, you have to make sure that it is likely to make money, even if it's a small amounts of money, and that it's highly unlikely that it's going to lose money. Which Chazal said, by the money of orphans, but Matzia Dafai. Hey, Rabbi saying about it, this is costly. That's right. Erchin, Sham and Erchin, the Zeh Sha'om. The quote from Erchin is a while ago. I'm not sure which daf it is. Erchin is a short mistake, but you can find it. Okay, so the possession was the Mishaboli Agabai also that was they said when it came to the hands of Gabai. Now to change it, Zehu Hagabai, that's the Gabai himself. But the people of the city of Shosha, they're allowed to change its purpose. Come here, like it says, showing us Kupa Tampa is allowed to make from the community chest the soup kitchen and by Kupa and vice versa. Much custom the semen ration involved. Like it says in Shabbat, I feel it's just even for optional activities. If some say Dafka Var Mitzvah, specifically for Var Mitzvah, come before Sham, as explained there. Back says a Pelsham, Sham Kasu Dafka Var Mitzvah. First place says specifically Var Mitzvah, Chayot Yermas Ad Kasu Gam Shalol Var Mitzvah. But it's also not for Var Mitzvah. And Sham, and the Rosh is not trying to resolve that. He says Shnei Deos. Two different things in Taisus. Vatur Shulchan Levi, is that Shulchan Aruch said that bring this down. When near his field, they must hold the dafka, but stalker to meet is only by a regular stalker, constant stalker, kukuba to the time point, like the community chest or the stupid so you can get change it. That idea Yahweh, they gave it to that be exchangeable. Have a yachid, but an individual, her omer, who says, tell us who it's sucker, this coin should be sucker, no, you have that tire with sono. The dafka l'chalkal lani lo yu'evadai tatayu. He doesn't think that they're going to switch it around from community chest to soup kitchen or vice versa. And so dafka l'chalkal lani specifically wants to be distributed to people. They're not allowed to change his individual custom donation. The bracket says here, I'm better Gabai Shem Rabbi Yerucham. It's because the Shnei Advarim Shem Taisus. Well, it's both things named Taisus. The name of Taisus said, Lasim Taisus and Ar Taisus does not say this. I ain't Shabbat Duk. It's because from Hashem and Nidvas Yachid Seok Shenas Kuba. Whatever the Rama is writing about the individual donation, that's when he gave it to the community chest. Vav, Vidai, you should know, Sheesh Mishapiris, Bezeh, Shamru, the Ad, Shalo, Bali, de Gabai, Mutter, so those who explain that which they say that until before it comes to the hands of the Gabai, you're allowed to change it. That Kavana, Lushanos, and Sacheres, it means to change it to another mitzvah. Because that stuck on him, such it was pledged to keep it stuck on him. Yochel Asos, Mizem, Mitzacheres, to do another mitzvah, Kol Kama, Lo, Bali, de Gabai, as long as it has to come to the official's hands. When new Chudvar, his words are rejected. Vade Shas Mitzacheres, for sure to change to another mitzvah, Vade also, it's certainly also, right? Shanosa, Hakavana Lavosa. When it says you're allowed to change, it means you're allowed to lend it out to another person's purpose. Moshe Kosu and like Taisus wrote there. The idea it seems explicit. The Filu Kadam Shifish Asala before he set aside the coin, also shows some mitzvah now change it to another mitzvah. The game shows sucker since he pledged tzedakah zu to the tzedakah. Also shows since tzedakah now changes to another tzedakah. Those diamond tzedakahs are basically asking what the shenos commercial he's bought. It's not that tzedakahs given to a shul where he can change as we shall see. Doesn't matter to Gaboim there. They gave it on the Gaboim should determine what its purpose is. Mashiach Mistam as opposed to generic tzedakah laniyim, which is default tzedakah laniyim. Mareshin Mishkalim most aniyim that leftover from aniyim laniyim goes to aniyim. Most ani leftover from a specific ani goes to ani goes to that specific ani. But after Shal Mareshin Job, now it's true that's how they already collected. Komukal nevertheless speaker mashinor the lani zeol aniyim elu in the source. Whatever you pledge this ani or to these aniyim. Also, the shadows you can't change it. Even for other poor people, the Koshke Shad Tzedakah certainly goes out saying not to change it to another tzedakah. Zai Koso Tuva Shulchan Aruch see base. The two Shulchan Aruch are both right. Tzedakah she's not Vutzar Beis Knesset tzedakah which has been pledged for the purpose of the shul, Vutzar Beis Amit or cemetery. Chol Bnei Ilish and also the people say can change it. Vutzar Beis Hamedrash for the purpose of Beis Medrash or Talmud Torah. I feel about it, even if the original donor doesn't want that to happen. Avalon Talmud Torah Beis Knesset is not vice versa, not from the Torah teach instruction to the need of a shul. End quote. Period word needs to say Avagab also shows that that's by even now deviate from the intent of the giver as well, meaning in an that's one thing to a totally different thing. The garment completely. Coach is not even the says when he pledged to poor people. The Roti Mission also change the basic lesson Talmud Torah to shul Talmud Torah. The Avagav she'efshish them mitzvah. It's a mitzvah yoser. A greater mitzvah. Nevertheless, also shows that that's about now change from the intent of the owner. Avak should be ikar adavar ain't shina, but when in the primary thing, there's no distinction, no change, because she's not sort of based on what she pledged for the purpose of the shul. It's a based on the purpose of a cemetery. The Sham sort of based on she changed the purpose of the base medrash. Roy imazal kedusha gedolim kedusha she is not if we see that if this kedusha is greater than kedusha which he pledged, come on the kaimo as we do indeed hold. Kedusha based on medrash, kedusha of a base medrash is all kedusha based on knesset. It's greater than kedusha based on shul. Koshke Talmud Torah Gedol Mechilum is certainly learning Torah is greater than all of them. Mechilum Mishal so you can change. I feel I'm in tzvech even standing and shouting. Shem Aliyah Lo B'Kedusha we're uplifting, upgrading the kedusha. I've learned also, but the downgrade kedusha is also. Nearly says Oshon seems in the Zelkshan not about so no misal based on connection or double. So when the donor does not have in the shul to which he donated. Which is about Gamma based on Shudam there and in the base medrash. I mean, so rocket based against the dam is doing that shul also should also make sure I feel Gavoy man, you can't go for something else. The camera, because we hope, but I'm to the base of Knesset when you say give to shul, no to base of Knesset give to shul, shul rocket to which is a custom daven, which custom is in relation to Knesset. The Koshkin should be base of Knesset is certainly when he specified the shul, who mispal sham, and he davens there, can't change it. Kamark Mashkusam, the one not in those circumstances. So different circumstances. I much consume the same specifically base, which we have to resume tomorrow. Back says, let's look what he wrote in Arukh Gimel Ches. Ches, because the Rabbeinu Ramah, the Ramah writes, the Zeta also Shanos Mitam Torah, so that's that which I have to change the purpose from learning to a shul. The Dafka, the Equal Mechash, Shalem Sipul Tam Torah, saying for concern, they won't have enough for learning Torah. Hamako Shemneim Misapki and Tam Torah, but the Tam Torah has enough. You'd say the most Torah based classes, and if they give this money to shul, even the most Achem Tam Torah should still go. They have other money for learning Torah when they need it. It's still Mutter Espresso. Film who Bakum should also should not see in place where he's not allowed to deviate. You may have to come should know that if they don't need the thing that he pledged. In brackets he says here 2 words, Alosh Muksha. This language of the Ramah is difficult to understand. Kon Shehiktish, Karka, the rest of that base on Medrash, he such a consecrated land to build on the base Medrash. Any Mechon knows how they can't build immediately. Adam is not the Bechol Zorba, the giver cannot renege. Eloye Oimed. Kach even that love the land should stand as is until it's built upon. Brackets, he says on King Hissa Fair Shamnashim Num Yad, unless he stipulated be built immediately. Because Ebemakom and all his places ain't minagadu, but there's no known custom in the city. Avo Ebemakom should know Hakim Shagabe Ibn Eir. Mishayachom Ashirtzu, the place is the custom that the Gabe or the people of the city change it to anything they want. The Makom Shalkim Sha'adam may seem as a dover basic nessus. In a place where there's a custom that a person puts something in the shul, going to say the Torah, or Klei Kesef. It's a Bavets Chadayma. Shitz look when he wants, he takes it back. And if he happens to suffer a loss. Mochla Chaim's out to sell to others. Hocha Charmina go after minute. The Makdish a diet to the minute go Makdish. Anybody who consecrates something does it according to the minute. The lay based in Masnal Zeh and the heart based in stipulates this. It's a generic term for this is something which is assumed by default. Avachi Minakabul, as long as it's a set custom. The Makdish stipulate explicitly they shouldn't change like this. There should not be any authority to do so. Pshita also should also so now I have to change it. Akan Lashana, all this is a quote from the Ramah. Even though he says language is difficult, it's all obvious. Test. Mevorim is that the Malcolm Shem Mina. What comes clear from what's obvious here is places no Mina. Hanoising, Sefer Torah, Klikesa, the base of Knesset, somebody who gives the Sefer Torah, or silverware to the base Knesset, base, and your Holy Misham can't take it back. I feel tiny time is boring. Shalos on the Tibra, and Nasim Sham Kozman, she doesn't eat, right? Even he says with clarity, he only put them there as long as he doesn't want to take them back. Aaron is not believe only can be Aiden, she's not came to Shoshanosam. I believe unless he brings Aiden that he stipulated this when he gave them. It's a Sach and name of the Marshal. The Asian, some say the body be Kli came it's certainly true by silver. He shall some Tommy Basic Knesses, since he left them in Shul of Low Kalabeso, when they go home, Shemam Rosh was Basic Knesses must he came to the Shul. I was saying that Torah should be Basic Knesses. I guess not talking about silver, which is like a Torah crown or something like that, because that certainly is miyuchah to the Sefer Torah, which means even Sefer Torah itself. It's like candlesticks or something. I have a Sefer Torah, it has to be in shul. They close by in order to use it. Also, you can't just take time to take it home. So in that case, who can remove it from his jurisdiction? Or the jurisdiction of his father. In the case of Shmuel, it's called in his name. Shem Avin, the name of his father. He says he didn't give it permanently. All the father can permanently. Mashu time basically that's that which is always in shul. And right, it's no proof. You can't aim and let's see a Sefer Torah. We don't have the capacity to remove the Sefer Torah from its assumption of ownership by the private individual. Vanierly, it seems to me if you marry them, say according to the custom of our countries, shows the Sefer the base medish no chalutin. He gives it permanently. If he gets a shul. I'm not sure if this is true, but I don't know it's true. Give a Sefer Torah to the base medish, no chalutin gives it completely. Okay, he's talking about fair unless he explicitly stipulated. Shas and Sion gives it she'ena nas chalutin. That's not going to be permanently. Brackets, he says, the Dover Kushla Viatus. It's difficult to bring testimony on this. He's fine from Nuki Badover. You're diving there on no Gab Dover, so not kosher to testify. Ish based on Asos Kafi Avanasim, so based on do as they see fit. Actually, the Torah took a place like this where somebody gave a shul, say the Torah to a shul, and later on the heirs of this person came and said that he only gave it to stockpile, to store there, not to actually give me the chalutin. I don't know what the outcome of the Torah was, but that's it for tonight.